Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inspiring Best Living, where we talk about wealth creation, wellness, and well-nourished soul. My name is Remi Wesley Ogude. I'm your regular host, and I'm very happy to be back on another episode of Wealth Creation series. Today, specifically, the topic is choose between job security and freedom. Everybody wants to stay on a job where he or she feels secured in. We all love job security. Apparently, the reason is very clear. We have all gone to school, at least for those who come into labor market as graduates. We've spent time training, trying to get certification in addition. You've burnt midnight candles, paid tuition. So when you come out of school, you are eagerly looking forward to having a job that is secured. Your joy increases when the job comes with robust benefits such as healthcare, dental, pension, all the benefits you can possibly have, bonuses, and the list goes on and on. It's very, very good when somebody has a job security, earning well, and also being employed in a 9 to 5 job or other hours as stated by your employer. However, this is not the ultimate. This is the beginning for someone who wants to create real wealth. You can start with this, but you don't have to end it there. The reason is because it's a lot easier for some people to be very comfortable with their job security that they don't aspire to become more in terms of wealth creation. They don't aspire to build lasting wealth. Why? Because it's so easier for people to earn income, meet their needs without being worried about the risk and other things that are associated. That's what people say, that investment sometimes is risky. They may not predict the outcome. They have done it before and they are caught in that fear. They don't want to proceed again. So I want to clearly bring about the difference between job security and financial freedom. You can compare the difference between financial freedom and job security. The difference is similar to when two people, one is going to a picnic on a beach, the other one owns the beach. The other one that owns the beach has all the opportunities to go into that beach anytime he chooses to because he owns it. While the one that visits the beach, maybe on a frequent or irregular basis, does not own the beach but goes there to just enjoy. That's how it is in a very simple analogy I can think of. So to me, trying to embark on the journey of financial independence is very, very good in the long run. Even when we just start our career, it's a plan we must put in place to begin as soon as we can. And before I go into the benefits of doing this, I want to quickly look at the reasons why people just don't want to go beyond their job security. They just have the job and they are there. They may be climbing higher on a corporate ladder, but the reason why they do not want to is number one, they feel that that job gives them social status. People love to be called CEO. People love to be called managing director. People love to become manager of multinational organizations, companies, banks, oil companies, and in Facebook, Amazon, those blue chips companies, they like to be identified with a name. So they love the social status there. So they would rather stay there. And their job, they feel that is secured as long as pay their bills and meet their needs. The other thing is that people find job security as being easier for them to be able to have financial stability. They feel that having job security is a lot easier when they want financial stability. They feel that they have earned income depending on what the amount they earn. They can budget and they can predict how much will come to them at the end of the month. For this reason, they just feel that it's easier for their own financial stability to have job security, which is true. Where they can at least have a steady income pay either bi-weekly or at the end of the month. It's good, like I said, but it's not where to end the game. There's still much more. The other reason why people love job security is because they feel that It's been molded to them by their parents, molded to them by people they see around, which is it's not bad. That's the way I was also taught. I was taught to go to school to earn a degree so that when I finish, I can get a job, I can buy a car, buy a house, start raising my family and doing stuff like that. That's what has been molded to us. But you see, we can go beyond what is modeled to us. As James Allen said, he said, as a man thinks, so is he. The way we think is what we inform what we do. We can allow our thinking to rise above what has been modeled to us. The reality of what is happening in the world today does not match up with that thinking any longer. To just think of, oh, just my job, because interest rate keeps rising, inflation is there, so many things happening. The economic trends in this age does not support you to just live on one income, thinking your job is secured. So I won't say that. I want to quickly look at limitations around job security. What do we talk about job security as not something you should continue to live on? It's very beneficial when you're starting your job creation journey. But what we're talking about is that it has certain limitations that we should be aware of, and we should take steps right on time. Those who don't take steps right on time, they may take steps but may be a little bit late. So that's why I'm passionate to talk about it in this episode. The first one is that job security limits our capacity to fulfill our potentials. If all the skills we have are the skills that we need for the job that we are on now, we may limit the fulfillment of our potential. The big reason is because a lot of us have great potentials. We have great potentials to become great musicians, great public speakers, great entertainers, even great politicians. We have great potential. If we are not intentional to develop skills that help us fulfill those potentials, if we're only limited to the skills that we are using on a day-to-day basis on our job, we may not realize those potentials. Another limitation is that job security does not give us the creative ability we need to create lasting wealth. Number one, the job itself could be very tasking. Imagine somebody going to a workplace 9 to 5 every day, like 8 hours or even 10 hours of his day for 5 days in a week, 4 weeks in a month, in and out like that, going to job consistently like that for a whole year, 2 years, 3 years. The person may be stuck, may not even have time. Sometimes some of the jobs may even be physically tasking and mentally tasking. They may not leave you with the ability to develop your mental capacity. And wealth creation is all about thinking. You need to put thinking as priority. And by the time people come back from their work, they can't even mend. Sometimes you just want to eat and go to bed. And you do that 5 times in a week. And it goes on and on like that. So that's another limitation of job security. It does not help you to develop your thinking capacity just because you are busy on that job. Also, another thing is also that it is very deceitful. Job security could be deceitful. People may think they cannot lose their job. I've seen things happen. Even great companies, blue chips companies, oil and gas, banks, Amazon, Google, Facebook, they all lay off staffs. And sometimes they can lay off staffs in thousands. It has happened over and over. So no job is secured. If we say we want to develop ourselves, go to school, train, have multiple certifications, nothing is bad about it. And if we keep climbing the corporate ladders, it is very good, as long as we are also putting other options in place. But if we are just stuck, climbing the corporate ladders, not developing ourselves in other areas, or not opening up new channels or new multiple streams of income through which we can earn, it could be risky because the owner of the ladder can take the ladder away. Again, I repeat, the owner of the ladder may take the ladder away. I've even seen it, even in health sectors. I've heard of cases where multiple staffs were laid off one day just because one incident happened. It has happened over and over. So the job security could be deceitful. And I can tell you, no job is absolutely secured. So we need to think about that when we are building our career. Very, very good. I keep saying it in this episode. Build your career. I encourage it. I've been there as well. I've built my career. I'm still building. But at the same time, I'm not just building it in isolation. I'm building it. I'm also doing other things to also put investment in place. And that's why I'm talking to us today, thinking that somebody can glean from this episode and begin to think differently. If all you have now, as you're listening to me, is just your one job and one source of income, it could be very deceitful. Now, I want to talk about financial independence and the benefits of having financial independence. Embarking on the journey of financial freedom is just having passive income that you are generating through other investments or other things you have set aside to create wealth for you or to generate cash flow for you. You can build one or two asset classes in the area of real estate, paper asset, commodity, business. Those are the four asset classes through which you can build wealth. So having passive income coming through any of those asset classes is a way of embarking on your journey of financial independence. The reason is because the passive income you are making from any of those four asset classes can generate money for you even when you are sleeping on your bed. So it's so very crucial to embark on the journey of financial freedom. It's being able to pay your bill. That's what financial freedom is all about. Being able to pay your bill without having to go to a regular 9 to 5 job. Again, I repeat, financial independence is being able to pay your bills and your expenses without having to go to a 9 to 5 regular paid job. But it doesn't mean you won't work. You just work, it's more flexible. You work at your own times and you put investment in places that can make your money to work for you. So what are the benefits when we embark on the journey of financial independence? Or why is financial freedom much better than job security? Number one, it helps you to create lasting wealth. I said it earlier when I was talking about the limitation of job security. One of it is you are stuck with your job. You don't have time to even go out and do other things. You are stuck with it. You can't really think. But when you have financial freedom, it gives you opportunity to create wealth because you can build on your mental capacity to think creatively of different sources of generating income in any of these asset classes I talked about. There are other things that it does. It gives you opportunity also to realize your purpose and your potential. I talked about that earlier, that a lot of people are gifted with different things. Realizing your potentials, it can also give you money. We've seen a lot of musicians who have trained themselves, who have become, great. We have seen a lot of people who have entertainment skill, who build on it, who have become great. We've seen a lot of people upgrading their skills and developing their potentials in the areas of their gifting, who have become very, very great. So it helps us also to fulfill bigger purpose. When we talk about career, we talk about, so most of the time people build on career because they want to be able to have that financial stability to be able to pay their bills and to be able to meet their daily expenses. But when we're talking about financial freedom, we're talking about bigger purpose that is bigger than us. We want to impact lives. We want to pass on legacy. We want to pass on generational wealth. As a doctor, for instance, you can't possibly pass on that skill to your son or your daughter who doesn't want to be a doctor. Or as a lawyer, you can't pass that skill to your daughter or your son who doesn't want to be a lawyer. But if you're an entrepreneur, you have built wealth, you can pass on that business, that investment to anybody who is a lawyer or a doctor. It doesn't matter. If they are financially literate, they can learn how to take over a legacy, especially if it's around business investment, even if it is in paper assets, in real estate. You can bequeath that kind of legacy, unlike when you're in one profession and the other person you want to pass on the legacy on does not want that kind of field. So it's harder. And having that helps you to impact. Not only that you're going to pass on your legacy and impact, even while you are living, you are impacting your world. You are helping people with the wealth you have created. We have a lot of philanthropists who have helped and created memories in the lives of other people, who have helped to build libraries, hospitals. We have heard of people who have helped widows, even the homeless, the less privileged, the orphans. So building lasting wealth help us to fulfill a purpose that is bigger than us. It's all about impact. And as I'm beginning to round up, I'm going to say what somebody said that is very profound. The person said that a career is what you are paid for, but a purpose is what you are made for. If you only live for what you are paid for, you have lived to be paid and may not fulfill what you are made for. Like I said, that creating lasting wealth, having financial freedom is about impacting your world. It's about transferring the knowledge. It's about building other people. It's about helping other people. It's about being impactful in different ways than what a job security may help you to do. Job security will just help you to live as a person and to meet your own personal needs and maybe meet other people's needs, but in a very limited way. Unlike financial freedom, where you can even be in one country and be impacting lives in other country, or be in one place and be impacting life through your knowledge and through your money. So as I'm rounding up here today, I believe you have gained one or two things here that can inspire you to also think along doing something apart from your regular 9 to 5 job that can give you other sources of income. I want to remind you that this platform is to inspire you in 3 areas of life: wealth creation, wellness, and well-nourished. So remember, you don't have to choose between being healthy and wealthy. You can have both as icing on the cake of a well-nourished soul. Thank you so much for listening. Please share the video and the link with friends, family, and whoever you think may benefit from it. And do not forget to also subscribe by pressing the notification button so you can get notified about the new episodes I will be producing. Again, I'm your regular host, Remi Wesley Ogude. Until I come your way next time, take care and bye.